it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give right side, Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo, he'll take a shot for the... And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is right down Broadway. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
93, 52, 93, 44.
First and 10 from Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Another chance for Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This third down just got even more difficult. Third down at 15 after the false start.
368.
Mike's 56. Exit. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
2 by 2. Move.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. Garoppolo now. Being chased out left. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on second and 13. Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same. right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On the toss, Mixon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Got his man. It's Eifert. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, Delta, pilot, 64, weak.
Right here.
Mark 56.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. And Eifert has it. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
368.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield here, Dalton. And a little floater there is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Get ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Nice.
I got you, punk.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? This one grabbed by A.J. Green. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Here's Matt Darr now. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And look at this. It's a fake. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Let's go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Let's go.
First down, San Francisco.
12, man.
On first down, Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
21.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Garoppolo, quarterback sneak. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Mixon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
First down, 49ers.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And this is Selleck here with a grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Good.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. They find some open field here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Protein spill. 2 by 2. Move.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. It's going to be a long.
To throw here, Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. Past the 20. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Williams.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
That's fielded in the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league...
And got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Pull it high. There you go,
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Back now in Cincinnati, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Sean Williams. Evades the tackler and now some space.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
No. Off. Hey, I got him.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's second down. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
44. There you go. 5-6. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing again. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-point...
He's got a man, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 79 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
56, right there.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
61, matchbox, right,
Dalton here from the gun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo completes it to Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Gould with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Let's get the ball. Mike, 56. Regular. All day, baby. All day. Watch the edge.
Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Dalton now to pass. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So Dalton now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Another chance for Dalton. And able to find Green. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 43 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on.